Howdy Cricket Australia and Australian Cricketers Association. I am Matthew Powers. I am a sophomore supply chain major at the Texas A&M University. Thank you for having me to your office today. I am very thankful for the opportunity to be able to speak to you all today, and I hope we will be able to reach a winning solution for you both. Now let's get to business. I have been following along with the situation regarding Steve Smith, David Warner, and Cameron Bancroft for quite some time. Ultimately, Smith was handed a 12-month ban, Warner, who was identified as the ringleader, a 12-month ban, and a guarantee that he would never hold a leadership role with the national team, and Bancroft got a 9-month ban. Let's start the discussion first with the events that occurred. It is now being referred to as the 2018 Australian ball tampering scandal. In March 2018, during the third test match against South Africa in Cape Town, Cameron Bancroft was caught on camera abusing one side of the ball. The item he was using to do this was unclear at the time, but it is now known that Mr. Bancroft was using sandpaper. Captain Steve Smith and Vice President David Warner were also found to be involved. Smith admitted that he knew of the ban in advance of Bancroft's actions. The match referee, Andy Pycroft, charged Bancroft with a level 2 offense for attempting to alter the condition of the ball. David Richardson, CEO of the International Cricket Council, charged Steve Smith with conduct of a serious nature that is contrary to the spirit of the game. Smith accepted the charge and the proposed sanction of 2 suspension points, which equated to a ban for the next match, 4 demerit points being added to his record, and was fined 100% of his match fee. Bancroft accepted the charge against him, was handed 3 demerit points, and fined 75% of his match fee. However, Australia's own Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, said it was a shocking disappointment. He phoned Cricket Australia board chairman David Peaver to express his disappointment and concern, saying the strongest action must be taken. The Australian Sports Commission requested that Smith stand down immediately. Both Smith and Warner had also agreed to stand down from their roles of captain and vice-captain respectively for the remainder of the match. Cricket Australia, however, launched its own investigation into the incident, led by Pat Howard, Executive General Manager of Team Performance, with Ian Roy, Cricket Australia's Senior Legal Counsel and Head of Integrity. Cricket Australia CEO James Sutherland joined the investigators in South Africa. On the 27th of March, 2018, Sutherland announced that as a result of the preliminary investigation, Smith, Warner, and Bancroft had been charged with bringing the game into disrepute and consequently suspended, with further sanctions against the 3 players announced within the next 24 hours. The following day, the Cricket Australia board considered the reports, and the 3 players were sanctioned by Cricket Australia for their respective roles in the ball tampering incident. Now these are the facts. The problem at hand is whether these punishments were fair or need to be adjusted. Both Cricket Australia as well as the Australian Cricketers Association want the same thing, and that is a fair playing field, and to ultimately succeed at what it is they do, play cricket. This doesn't mean that the ban should be immediately lifted and the players return back to their normal lives, but the situation should be assessed from the point of view on whether or not the punishment fits the crime, as it is with any situation of this kind. Both of your organizations care massively about the integrity of the game, and this is a serious matter regarding it. Any decision made will affect it, not just now, but for many years to come. So we must make sure the right decision is made. In order for the best solution or discipline route to be decided upon, we must resolve this matter in the most professional way possible. All negative emotion must be left at the door in order for this to work. As an organization, it is necessary for you to be able to empathize and hear out the other person's point of view, as well as responding with calm, non-defensive, and respectful reactions. When negotiating a situation of this magnitude, it is necessary, like I said, to be thoughtful of the organization's point of view. Ultimately, we all want the best for Australia and the game of cricket itself. I would suggest an integrated bargaining strategy for this particular conflict. Both sides have very valid points they feel need addressed, and a win-win situation can no doubt be found. There will be barriers that must be crossed in order for a solution to be found. Cricket Australia has already given their punishment and are not eager to make changes. However, if a better course of action is decided upon, then it must be taken. This is a unique situation with many different moving variables. But when it comes down to it, both Cricket Australia and the Australian Cricketers Association want this situation to end in the best way possible. I would like to thank you both for having me today. It was an honor, and I hope with my services you will resolve this conflict and come out with the best possible solution. Thanks, and gig 'em.